My name is Melita Quick, and I'm from Nspire. I'm so inspired. I drove 6 hours to get here. I'm so happy that we have a product that we can actually use and is healthy for our bodies. People need to know what the Now We Know campaign is doing for every woman that they love. So this is awesome. I just love it to death, and I'll be here forever. Now we know.
I'm motivated, encouraged, inspired to go out there and get the word out so people can stop suffering silently.
The Now We Know campaign is very dear to my heart because it's all about saving lives and saving women. Now we know better, we can do better, and we can help others become better.
Now we know.
The thing I love about Now We Know is not only are we bringing awareness to the issues that women and young ladies deal with on a month-to-month basis, guys, we're also bringing resolution.
Now We Know es Ahora Sé en español, y la campaña tiene todo que ver con empoderar a las mujeres, con saber un poco más de lo que es su salud con respecto a las toallas sanitarias, su salud con respecto a su cuidado íntimo, y esto es la campaña de Ahora Sé, de Now We Know, y todos estamos listos para decir que ahora sabemos, y por eso ahora decimos todos, ahora sé.
We are totally inspired.
Now we know, everybody.
Now we know! Now we know! Now we know! Now we know!
Welcome once again to Church Alive Community Outreach. And this is your host, Reverend Dr. Timothy Birkett, and the proud pastor of Church Alive Community Church and the president of Church Alive Development Corporation. We're going to be dealing with a very sensitive women's issue. And to deal with it, we have some dedicated guests. And I would like to introduce you to them at this time. Mr. Keith Jones is the founding member of Nspire Network. Welcome to Church Alive. I was very impressed with the slogan that says, "We care about women." And that's very, very important because every man and every pastor and every leader, a male, care about women as much as women caring about yourself. Welcome to Church Alive.
Thank you for having me, Reverend Birkett.
And then we have also Monica Holden Sharp, and she's a consultant for the same company. Mm-hmm. And so we thank you for both of you coming. Well, tell us a little about Nspire.
Absolutely. Well, Nspire.
I'm sorry, Nspire, and I stand corrected. Nspire.
Absolutely. Well, Nspire Network is a health and wellness company, and we are one of the fastest growing companies in the home-based business arena. Mm-hmm. But first and foremost, what makes us different and unique is that we are a mission-driven company, and we're bringing awareness to a serious issue that are affecting our men and women and young girls, and we have the solution.
Thank you so much. Monica, tell us about what this problem is all about, that's so sensitive and so important that brought us here today.
Well, number one is that the campaign is informing men and women all across the country, all across the world, of the dangers of the sanitary napkins that the women are now wearing.
Okay.
Yes, and first and foremost, I am a woman, I am a mother, and also an aunt of very young children, and so I would definitely want everyone to know more about it.
Now, there's a slogan and a campaign as well, and it says, "Now we know."
Yes.
What do we know?
Well, now we know that there are some things that are going on with the sanitary napkins that women are now wearing. The sanitary napkins that they're wearing is causing, sometimes can cause problems, medical problems in a woman's life. And women are now suffering. They're suffering very quietly. They're not talking about it. Mm-hmm. And so we are now bringing awareness so that we can start kind of talking a little bit more about it. What can we do about it? Well, we have the solution and the answer right here with Nspire Network.
Good. Now, how has this campaign been moving along?
Oh, wow. The campaign is awesome. I mean, it's huge. First of all, we had a person that went on, and they got over 40 million views. And so right now that tells us that we need to know more about it. Every time I go to a meeting, there are women standing up, they're praising the product, they're using the product. They are saying that they're not feeling any more pain like they used to, because a lot of times we as women, we may go into cramping and so forth throughout the month. They're saying that they are not feeling that any longer. There are a couple of different things that are going on that they were feeling that they are no longer feeling and experiencing. And so we definitely want to make sure every single woman across the country knows about this.
Right. Well, in the absence of my wife, who is the president of Women of Courage, they endorse this product, and they're going to do a lot to bring it to the women throughout the different churches. And we want to know that also the faith-based, the Association of Churches that I am over, we also have saw your presentation. Male pastors and female pastors realized quickly that this was something important and that they needed to get this information to their congregants. And so I want the viewing audience to know that the presentation is worthy of your seeing it, and you're going to see it in just a few moments. And but I want you to know also that it has been reviewed. It has also passed all the regulatory situations. Am I correct?
That's correct.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
Yes, indeed.
And I know when you see this demonstration coming up in just a few minutes, you're going to be very impressed. Not only impressed, but you're going to be probably a little bit disturbed if you're a woman out there as to what you've been using and what you should be using. I mentioned a little while ago that we were going to take see a demonstration, but I want to ask a few questions before. And I know there's something that you wanted to bring up, and I want to give you the space and time to do that right now, okay? Go right ahead.
Okay, so there was a question that was asked about why do we need to have these new sanitary napkins?
Right.
And number one is because women don't know that there's over 600,000 hysterectomies that have been done in the U.S. And the other part of it that they don't know is that 70% are done for African American women. And so we want to go ahead and make sure that they understand and know about that. Know that now they don't have to feel very sensitive down in that area. We can have a product that is very soft and very comfortable. This is like one of the most comfortable pads in the world. And so we want to let everyone know about that.
Well, is there something you want to add to that?
Well, the name of the product that we're introducing to the United States and now global is called Cherish. And our hashtag is Love the Way You Feel. Yes. It is the most comfortable pad on the market. And that's not what I'm saying. This is what women, thousands of women all over the country are now saying about Cherish.
So we're really talking about women's health in a very, very, I would call it, intricate area.
Yes.
And something that women have not been complaining about, but have been suffering from, using the wrong pads. Am I correct?
Yes.
I know I talked to my wife about it, and she said, honey, this is a serious problem, and it's very private, and so and she was impressed with the fact that now we know.
Now we know.
Now, quickly, this is a campaign.
Yes, it is.
Am I right?
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about the campaign.
Well, the campaign, it has involved with us getting out here and letting each person knows, everyone in your family, everyone that you work with, everyone that you come across, every woman needs to know, because some of these women will not speak about this. As children, we were told, we don't really talk about it that much. And so as we grew up, we didn't talk about it that much. But we are now talking about it. And so now we're able to say that now we know. Now we know the better product, the better product that we need to use. We know why we need to use it, because we didn't know why we were becoming ill. We didn't know why things were happening to us. And there's a couple of things that's very important to look up. Look up dioxin. Look up the word dioxin and find out what it means. Do the research. I advise everyone, do the research, because this is something that I even didn't know. When I found out about it, I said, my goodness, mission-driven people, I need to stand up and talk to everyone about this.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, the demonstration is going to sort of show us, really how serious this issue is. And I would like to say to every pastor that's watching this program, it's time for you to be, concerned about the women of your church. And I would say you got to be concerned because the women make up over 75% of the membership in the average church. So I would say that the pastor should be very much concerned about the health of women, and especially in this area. And so I'm speaking to them out there to try to encourage them to just, just don't sit back and say that's a women's issue. No, it is your issue as well. If your husband out there, it's the same situation. It's your issue. If you're a father and you have daughters, it's your issue as well. So get involved in this movement, and I feel that it's going to really make a difference in improving the health of our women. All right, we're going to take a break now, and we're going to see the demonstration. And I want to thank my audience for your patience and for this demonstration coming forward. Thank you very much. We'll be right back.
Being a cheerleader and being in such a strenuous sport and flipping and tumbling and jumping up and down, it's really uncomfortable, really uncomfortable.
I prefer to stay in home. I don't like to hang out with my friend because I don't feel comfortable.
And I was so embarrassed, so my sister took her coat off and I wrapped it around me.
We would have to do a lot of sports at school, and there was always that self-consciousness of, oh my God, am I going to have an accident?
Introducing Cherish Premium Sanitary Napkins by Nspire.
Okay, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are so excited here to give you this demonstration of our new Cherish pad. I have right here Keith Jones, co-founding director of the Nspire Network, and he's going to get started with us. Go ahead, Keith.
Absolutely. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as you heard, our Now We Know campaign is a mission and to inform and educate men and women on the harmful effects of today's sanitary napkins. But you know what? Documentation beats conversation. Seeing is believing. So we're going to actually do a demonstration to share with the audience, okay, one of the most popular brands on the market today and our Cherish pads. So the first thing you're going to notice about this sanitary napkin is that it is not sealed properly. And so what happens is that the sanitary napkin, as it's placed in a women's pocketbook, okay, you have all types of things that can get into the sanitary napkin. You're talking about crumbs, you're talking about makeup, you're talking about coins. Therefore, now it becomes an unsanitary napkin. So, this is their 10-hour pad. As you can see, it's pretty thick. Okay, so we're going to call this Exhibit A. Okay, so we're going to place Exhibit A right here. Very large pad.
Wow.
Okay, and then we're going to take our Cherish pad. Okay, and as you can see, it is completely sealed. Okay, it's almost impossible for anything to get into this sanitary napkin. This is our day pad, by the way. We have our night pads, as you can see. We have our overnight pads, and we have our panty liners. Okay, different sizes. Okay. Okay. And so we're going to place our Cherish pad next to Exhibit A.
Quite a difference.
Okay. So as you can see, our day pad is much smaller. It's much thinner as well. But we're going to see how well the absorbency system works for each one. So they say that a woman secretes anywhere from 15 to 50 milliliters per day. Some may excrete more, but we're going to use the number of 50 milliliters in this example. Okay. Okay. So my assistant, Monica, can you see if that's about 50 milliliters?
Yes, it is. 50 milliliters.
Okay. So
Yes.
we're going to take 50 milliliters and we're going to pour it in Exhibit A, one of the most popular 10-hour absorbency system pads on the market. Okay. So we're going to do the same thing with our Cherish pads, 50 milliliters. Okay. Is that about 50 milliliters?
Yes, it is. 50 milliliters.
Okay. So we're going to do the same thing with our Cherish. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take a dried napkin and we're going to place a dried napkin on each one, Exhibit A and Cherish. So we're going to do first, my assistant's going to place a dried napkin on Exhibit A and we're going to see if it absorbs. Now, again, this is their 10-hour absorbency system pad. Ladies and gentlemen, you can see that didn't really absorb. Okay?
Wow.
But to be fair, we're going to do the same thing with our Cherish pads. Even though it's a thinner and a smaller pad, let's see if it absorbs. So we're going to do the same thing with our Cherish pad.
Wait, my hands, I'm awfully wet over here.
She's putting some pressure on it.
Okay. Ah.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, it's completely dry. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm not a woman, but if I was, I think I would be more comfortable in this one as opposed to this one. How many would agree? Okay.
I would agree.
Now, what we're going to do, we're going to see what's in each pad. What is it made of? How does it actually work? So we're going to take Exhibit A. And as you can see, you're going to see that it actually has already started leaking into the pad. Ladies and gentlemen, this is blue ink that's in the pad. What is blue ink doing in a sanitary napkin? And what happens is because the absorbency system doesn't work, the blue dye starts to leak into a woman's bloodstream. Therein lies the issue, serious health issues for women. The second thing you're going to notice is that the feeling, okay, how does that feel?
Rough.
Okay. The reason why it feels rough, ladies and gentlemen, is because it's synthetic plastic, okay? And this is the first layer that's on a woman's most sensitive area, which why women complain about irritation, rashes, and things of that nature, okay? This is not good for women, okay? But then what we're going to do now is we're going to take their absorbency system, okay, and we're going to pour it into a cup of water to see if it actually absorbs. Okay. So which one has the most water?
This one has the most water.
And we put this blue dye in the water, but you can see here, this one has the most water. This has the least amount of water. So we're going to take the one with the least amount of water, and we're going to put their absorbency system in the one that has the least amount of water to see if it actually absorbs. Okay? Now, okay, so what I want to show you, ladies and gentlemen, is that the last part on a woman's most sensitive area is actually plastic. Okay, what their product is made of is actually comes from the trash field, where they get old newspapers, cardboard boxes, and it goes through an 8-step recycling process to come out to what you see here. That it has ink in it, it has dye in it, and what happens, as you see, the absorbency system does not work. And then you have all kind of chemicals getting into a woman's bloodstream. It causes one of the most deadly chemicals called dioxin. Now, do your research. Dioxin is known to cause cancer. Okay, this is why women are suffering from fibroids, miscarriages, and even cancer. Okay, and we want to avoid that because you're going to see in our pad, it's an all-natural pad, chemical-free. Okay, but plastic, ladies and gentlemen, a woman's body 98.6 degrees. That means that when she releases her fluids, and then it's supposed to have a breathability so that she's not affected, but because it's plastic, okay, it has nowhere to go. And when you have a warm environment with bacteria, germs, therein lies the issue for women. Okay, so we're going to take our pad and we're going to dissect it. Okay. So the first thing you're going to notice, how does that feel?
Very soft.
Okay.
Very nice.
The reason why it feels soft is because it's cotton. You can see the cotton fibers.
Yes.
Okay. The first thing that goes when a woman puts on her sanitary napkin with Cherish.
Yes, yes.
Now, the next thing is a game changer. This is an algae strip, and it has what is called negative ions. Google negative ions. Negative ions, as the doctors and the professionals say, that it's like the vitamins of the ear. Okay. And this helps with cramps, alleviate cramps, odor, helps with balancing the pH. Incredible health benefits. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to take the absorbency system.
There you go.
Okay. And we're going to put it in the one with the most water. The last part is perforated, and it has, as you can see, the tracks, so it's breathability, so a woman is not affected with the bacteria when she has a feminine flow. Very, very important. Okay, so we're going to take, as you can see, the one that had, and has been in the longest, okay, it did not absorb. You can see the water. But we're going to take our Cherish pad, okay, and, okay, what you're going to see is that it's absorbing the water. Okay? So even if you pour.
Wow. That's awesome.
All it's going to do is it's going to absorb. Okay. So there, ladies and gentlemen, you can see why women all over the world are requesting our Cherish pads.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much, Keith.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
So what we're going to do at this time, we're going to bring Pastor Birkett back to share some very important information.
Yes.
Well, the demonstration was a little bit unbelievable.
Yes.
And I know to the many women that are watching it, their mouths are probably open at this point.
Yes,
and they're probably looking at what they've been using with a lot of fear and trepidation that something could be happening. Yes. But we want to change this, and that's the reason why Church Alive has partners with this great work to make sure that we change the situation and become more concerned about the women and their health. Now, how can we get and when I say how can we, I'm talking about our audience and leaders and pastors and mothers and fathers. How can they get to you and contact with you?
Well, if you're anything like I was when I first saw this, you want to right away call the number. Call the number that you see right across the screen. Get in touch with us. Let us get you more information. Let us tell you where you can get the pads from. We're going to be working together, working very hard to make sure we answer all of your calls. Give us a call. We need to get this information out to each and every one of you women, each and every one of you men who have daughters. You are our protectors. We look to you to protect us. So please know that it's up to you. Give us a call. Please email us at omegahealthylife@gmail.com. That's Omega, OMEGA, healthy, HEALTHY, life, LIFE, @gmail.com. Give us a call and we'll be right here.
One thing I do want to add is that for more information, you can also go to Now We Know, and that's nowweknow.net for more information.
Yes. Well, I want to thank you very much, Keith and Monica.
Thank you.
You know, the Word of God said we are to seek knowledge and above all get an understanding.
Yes.
And that is what you have done. You brought us knowledge and you brought us understanding. Now the question is, what are we going to do about it?
Exactly.
Okay? Yes. And that's the next step that you have to make, is to do something about it. Just don't say, well, I'm going to keep on going. No, don't do that. You've been given quality information so that you can make the right life-changing decisions. Thank you once again, Reverend Birkett, saying, we love you with the love of the Lord.
Let's bring in community awareness to our churches, our nonprofits, our alumni associations, our fraternities, our sororities, our Eastern Stars, all of these organizations out there, they need to know this for the women in their lives that they love and care about, but also from a benefit for them. Because now a person is able to potentially save the life of a woman that they love and care about, but also, guys, they can also support the cause that they believe in.